here at Vallelunga. Let's take a look. And it's go, and Valles immediately into the lead.
Very good start from AS Roma as well. Leading is Liverpool, followed by AC Milan and Beijing 1.
So Liverpool in the lead here, but there's a challenge, but no. And you see the Beijing car there in third place, and the Galatasaray colours in fourth.
And Corinthians inside of Anderlecht. Very good fight as usual. Craig Dolby pushing very hard on the first lap. We are going to see some drivers pitting very early to stop being stuck in traffic, and I'm thinking about Beijing, who's going to pit early, as well as Roma and Corinthians.
And here, Alain just looping it there. That's his inexperience. And this doesn't seem the slickest of stops that we've seen in Superleague Formula.
Not so bad, it looks okay to me. And there we go, there are some other cars in the pits. Liverpool and AC Milan, both of them in the pit lane, which means Galatasaray is now leading. Just now, it's everything is happening just now.
Pit's a very busy place. Beijing made the best of the pit stops. It must have. Those boys, congratulations to them. They made a very slick pit stop and catapulted ahead of Liverpool FC and AC Milan. There's the Liverpool car, the initial leader, and is trying to challenge Galatasaray now.
The order now is as it should be, because everybody has pitted. We've got Beijing leading, followed by AC Milan, then Galatasaray doing a good last lap. Galatasaray posting his best lap time so far. Then Liverpool, Flamengo, AS Roma.
Now look at Roma and Frank Pereira just going wide.
He went
there. Just went in a bit too hot, and we can see it on board. Look at the smoke coming off that left front.
Okay, that's locking a wheel properly. Liverpool has a problem. He was driving slowly past in front of us. He had a big lockup, but that's not linked to his problem. As an engine or a gearbox problem, I'm not so sure.
This is looking very good for Beijing. He still has a gap of 2.1 seconds between Beijing and AC Milan, with Galatasaray in third place. Beijing heading towards his third victory, heading towards the checkered flag. And there he goes, victory for Davide Rigont. AC Milan finished second, Galatasaray finish in third place.
And Liverpool is not going to finish fourth because of a problem. That's a real shame.
So that leaves the grid, this reverse grid, looking like this. Toccocello, a driver from Rome, on the pole position. Borja Garcia, who had lots of problems with the Seville car, also on the front. Andy Soucek and Frank Pereira for Madrid and Rome. Then it's Alain, the Dominic Merman's first-time driver here, and the other first-time driver there on row 3. Row 4, the youngster Max Wissel for FC Basel and Duncan Tappy for Hotspurs. Eindhoven then, Jelmer Berman, he's been a winner in this series already, and Adrian Valles. Liverpool car apparently had a fuel pump problem in the first race. Porto and then Anderlecht, Craig Dolby, he could be quick. Going back, Pitzonia, Corinthians car, and Ryan Diel went well for Rangers in race 1. Then it's Tucaraca for Flamengo and Galatasaray's Pierre Guidi, of course, a local driver. And then the men who were first and second, Dornbos and Rigon, on the back row of the grid for Milan and Beijing. So that is the lineup. The intrigue here is to see the quick boys coming through the field, of course. There is the Borussia Dortmund car. And Bruce, hard work and difficult to overtake around this Vallelunga track. So it'll be interesting to see how the likes of Beijing, what sort of progress they can make.
Yes, it's very difficult. There's probably only one place to overtake, and we just saw a couple of moves.
There's Sevilla, they had problems.
Yes, but they're back on the grid and starting at the front.
And so that will be a car to watch. Here's the Andy Soucek.
Soucek had a throttle, Sevilla had a throttle problem, and Soucek had a gearbox problem.
Gearbox problem for him, but see how quickly he can go. He needs to lift that team off the bottom of the league. There is Frank Pereira for Roma. We know Frank has got plenty of speed, might be relatively new in these cars. We understand there is a 5-minute delay to the start, but I'm sure we can live with that. And what's that tube doing, poking into that car there?
Apparently giving him a little bit of fresh air, because it's pretty hot there today.
And he's been racing out in America in the Formula Atlantic Series, has Mermans there. Came not knowing he was going to drive the car this weekend. In fact, quite a lot of doing this. Here's Katsimas, Alexandra Margaritas, the other Greek driver, but he's actually brought up in Germany, so it doesn't quite count. Going through the field, Max Vissel, the youngster, and he's shown quite a bit of promise, but not really shown that he's a potential race winner quite yet, and he gives us the thumbs up going down the grid here. So, kind of handy crowd to see these competitors. There's Duncan Tappy. If you saw our first show, you saw his tremendous footballing skills. Managed to keep a ball in the air for a long time. That's Duncan Tappy then, the British driver, number 5, Eindhoven. Jelmer Berman, Dutch driver, representing the famous colours of that Dutch club. And he can be quick too. Still to put his gloves on, as you see, Liverpool FC. Well, that car led the first race until the pit stops, and then progressively had problems. Let's hope that is sorted out for race 2. FC Porto, of course, the previous round of this championship was in Estoril. Tristan Gomendi, the Frenchman, driving the blue and white car there in the Porto colours. Just some of the sun being kept off his crash helmet. These drivers need to be cool. One of the 2 purple cars, RSC Anderlecht, Craig Dolby, been one of the standout drivers in this championship, coming from the Formula Renault Championship, and pointing is a good lad, is Craig, young driver, tall, blonde racer. Corinthians, one of the most experienced men on board, with Antonio Pizzoni, a former Williams Grand Prix driver, Jaguar Grand Prix driver. Struggled a little bit in the earlier races, but at the last meeting had a couple of fourths. We could see him at the sharp end of this. And Ryan DL, another man who raced a lot in America in the Champ Car Series. Ryan flying the colours of the famous Glasgow Club of Rangers. What about Flamengo? Well, another Brazilian club, of course, took a rocker. And he's a man, a bit of pressure on his shoulders. I think the team feel he should have been performing better in some of the earlier races. It certainly went well in race 1, did Tucker. And let's see who's alongside him. The famous colours of Galatasaray, the Istanbul club, of course, and a local driver. And he could be quick here. He'll be a man to watch. And he too gives us the thumbs up. 700 brake horsepower right behind him. Now, there is the Club Cup, the FIFA Club Cup, won by AC Milan, and one of many trophies, of course, the great team has won over the years, and nice to have that down on the grid. Again, football and motor racing being married together in this Superleague formula. There is the man, though, that leads the championship. 3 wins now to his credit, and there's just a slim chance he could even absolutely take the championship here this weekend in this final race, but most of the other top competitors have to do very badly, but we'll keep a watch on that particular situation. So Bruce Jonet, 44 laps, be about 47 minutes of racing, and it's tough stuff. Of course, these are big cars, they're tough to drive.
Yes, they are, and we have 2 young drivers with absolutely no experience yet on that car, starting both of them on the 3rd row, and I'm a bit scared about what's going to happen on that 3rd row with the Olympiacos driver and the Align driver who just came up yesterday. Yeah, but we've got strong drivers at the front, on the front row. We've got Sevilla, who was a little bit unlucky, as well as Dortmund, who was unlucky here, and he was unlucky as well at the last meeting in Estoril, as he was leading and the car collapsed, unfortunately. So I'm sure he'll be willing to do very well, and both of them are wanting to show well this weekend.
But we've been so impressed with Davide Rigon. He does know this circuit well, and a lot of the drivers don't. This circuit's probably best known for hosting a round of the Superbike World Championship, and there's